Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small.
Hi, okay, as you just saw me, I just finished another book called Sure I'll Be Your Black Friend by Ben Philippe. It took me a little over a week to read it. I believe I started it last Saturday. So yes, and it is Tuesday now. I've kind of been binge reading the past couple days. I want to go to bed, so I'm not going to film it now, but I will film eventually. Of my reaction to the book, I took some notes. There aren't that many. I'll fly through them, make this video like 15 minutes or less. Hi. 2 days later, I'm finally filming the notes for Sure I'll Be Your Black Friend. They won't take that long, I hope. Yay, sir, we hope. You get that reference if you get it. Anyhow, we have a little over a page to go over. Sure, I'll Be Your Black Friend. Did I like this book? Maybe. It was like really fast paced, I feel like. I mean, I kind of binge read it. Like recently, like on Sunday through Tuesday or something, I just read a large bulk of it. But I think it was alright. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Okay, onto the notes. I started this on March 26th and I ended this on April 5th. So that's 30 days out of September, April, June, and November. It took me, I believe, 11 days. Not really, because there's a section of those 11 days where I just didn't read for a day. So it's not accurate, but I don't know the specific days I read. Okay, we have lots of quotes, generally speaking. Kind of weird that the audience is for white people and I'm not white. It's all about, it's like, well, he says the word you multiple times throughout the book. So it seems like he's having a conversation and it's to a white person, a Caucasian person, or I guess a non-black person. But I am, so it was kind of weird, but I still learned a lot. Okay. I still learned a little. And then, he literally said that he has 5 older siblings that he didn't know about until he was like 12 or something. His dad literally went around, I'll say that. Yeah. Okay. And then he referenced Degrassi, which I love. Genevieve, I think, is one of his girlfriends, and first she asks him for pot. And then he asked her at some time part of the relationship if he's handsome, and then she said, well, it's different. Like, I'd drop her after that. She's canceled. I still see no point in dating someone. You have to find things to do, and there are a lot of silences to feel that feel good intimate. I feel like that's maybe a typo, but whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of work relationship. Me saying that when I have never been in a relationship, but I love the song Love is Pain by Phineas. He recently won an Oscar with his sister. But she's not famous at all. She's like an underground indie, like upcoming artist. This is about his father, and he says, I must have said goodbye, I simply don't remember it. And I just feel like that could be a song lyric or something. It just sounds nice. Another quote, this is how I like the world at a distance and with someone at my side. I can't remember who the someone is, but I like that quote. I like it. This is how I like the world at a distance and with someone at my side. Yeah. And then I said, sorry, this book is just not slapping as much as it used to, but I'll keep reading. Yeah, the middle was very slow in this book. This is like a little nitpicky thing, but it's kind of weird how like all the chapters end with the little 2 people hugging or whatever they're doing. I'll show it right now. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like in a replacement of an asterisk, like asterisk or whatever. Like in books, you see like horizontal lines or asterisks or like symbols that the author made or their designer made. I don't know. But it's really weird that like the chapters also end with that little thing, because usually those little things happen when like you're trying to split up a chapter, but it's not the end of said chapter. I said chapter 25 was an interesting one, and I feel like that was like the first chapter that I was like, oh, okay, this is getting good again. I don't remember when it started getting boring, but yeah. And then I found a new word, septuagenarian. Septuagenarian. It's a person who is from 70 to 79 years old. That's very fascinating. Of course, there's a word for that. Then he gave us a fact of knowledge. Did you know the 1791 revolution that freed the island of Haiti from French colonial rule was and remains the only self-liberated slave uprising that led to the founding of a state ruled by non-white former captives? That's crazy. That's like bad, but like also great. And then I said chapter 26 was good too, so I'm giving you advice. Read those chapters if you don't read the whole book, but really just read the whole book. Chapter 30 was fantastic, and the poem at the end, haha, that's funny, kind of. Langston Hughes wrote a poem. Excuse my language. It's not like the N-word, but it's like kind of the N-word. I don't want to say it. It's like rhymes with he grows. Okay. That, sweet and docile, meek, humbled, and kind, beware the day they change their minds. Imagine having like a whole revolt. Racism is tiring in the most boring and unoriginal of ways. Sometimes there's simply nothing to extract from it. You don't need to get a life lesson from everything bad in the world. And racism is sometimes the same thing. On 271, the paragraph that starts with when you look up. 271. When you look up, oh yeah, we're not going to read that. This is like in reaction to him hearing, or to somebody calling him the N-word. Again, it starts on when you look up, paperback copy, page 271. Go read it if you'd like. People start glancing your way, but you've recently decided that you were done keeping your voice low, not to embarrass them. It's small, so very small, but it's a start. This is a moment, I believe, in the park when somebody, like, kind of assumes, like, I guess, profiles Ben in a way, and he pops off on them. He was actually kind of rude, but, we'll allow it. Another quote, leave the infinite patience and grace to Michelle Obama. I was more of a Muhammad Ali guy. When they go low, you duck and counter with an uppercut. That's funny. You simply wish life didn't involve making so many first impressions without realizing it. What it must be like to be a blank slate to the world, a racial blank slate that can wear a hoodie and walk his dog without enduring petty microaggressions from iron-haired dog park Karens that never heard of Emmett Till. Oh no, we're after 15 minutes. Let's say 20, sorry. Okay. And then 277. You're 28 and then 29 and then 30 and your world is English. You're a bona fide New Yorker now. It's Mother's Day. 3 Mother's Day in a row, in fact. And that whole entire section is kind of sad. Like, really sad. Yeah. Okay. And I ended on April 4th as April 5th, which I said at the beginning. I did like this book. I like this book. I was actually kind of considering putting it on my, like, favorite books list of, like, this school year. I'm not sure. I guess kind of, but not really. I feel like I, in a way, have an obligation to, just because I'm a black person. But I am gonna say no to those stereotypes, or assumptions, or preconceived and internalized yeah, and I'm not going to, because I did not like it that much to put it on my favorites list. What will I remember this book? I mean, yeah, it's I guess the second biography that I read for Spiral Bound Speculation. I wish the book focused more on just like race in general. He talked a lot about his life in the middle, so that maybe that's why I got a little like less interested. Honestly, I was here to like, I don't know, just learn more about race and his experience and like him to drop facts. But he didn't really do that, and I think it's okay, I guess. my video of his book called The Field Guide to the North American Teenager. I believe it is the longest non-edited Spirebound speculation video to date. So it is very long. It's like over 2 hours, I believe. I will get on that soon, but I did like this book. So what will I rate it, you ask? I will rate it an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 because it was kind of boring at some parts. I literally like fell asleep reading it sometimes, but it was fairly good. It was cool. It was kind of funny. It was just like, it was, I don't know. I don't know, like, I don't even think it's fair of me to, like, rate biographies, because this is the person literally, like, tearing their soul and exposing their soul for all to see. This is literally their own experiences, like, only their own experiences, so who am I to judge them for their experiences? I guess I really judge more about, like, the plot than, like, the writing itself, like, what they're talking about, so, I don't know, I'm rambling. 8 out of 10. Thanks so much. Where did I learn about this book? I can't remember, but I'm glad I read it. I'm reading a book called I'll Give You the Sun. Right now, all I'll tell you about it is it has so long chapters. I believe I just finished the longest chapter in the book, which is a relief because the chapters, again, as I just said, are extremely long. But so that's what I'll do. Because I do what I want sometimes. Just because I'm a black man in America doesn't mean I can't make my own decisions. Okay. I'll see you later. Is there anything else I want to say? Whatever. I'll make it short if I want to say anything else. Thanks so much for watching. And